I'm Grace Sinesco of Toms River Schools today, and we are here at the 2017 Jersey Shore Makerfest, an annual community event that celebrates creativity and imagination. Let's see what's going on.
Our original vision for Makerfest was to create an opportunity to experience the kind of learning that we think really is best in the classroom, which is hands-on, experiential. And the second reason is that we really wanted to connect Toms River with the larger community and connect the larger community with Toms River. There's some great things going on here, but there's some great things going on elsewhere, both in New Jersey, in Ocean County, across the country, and Makerfest is an opportunity to expose people to those things.
Makerfest is a celebration of people making things with their own hands, something that a lot of people in this country don't do very much of anymore. I used to teach robotics and coach robotics for about 10 years at the high school level, and every year when a new set of robotics kids came in, I would ask them, how many of you have actually built anything with your hands? And it was less than 50%. And most of those were things like birdhouses or very simple things. But 50% of the people have never used a screwdriver, and they're in high school. So this is a way of getting people back into actually making things with their own hands.
Well, we've really seen that with this new standards, it's really calling for these hands-on problem-based learning experiences. And as we look at how we set up our district goals together, that these things really all gel together into one cohesive unit of incredible engaging experiences for our students. And when we look at preparing our students for the 21st century, having them be prepared with not just skills, but the creativity to approach problem solving and the innovation to lead us into the 21st century to solve problems that we don't even know exist yet and to make a better future.
We obviously didn't make up the maker movement. It's a global phenomenon that's been growing over about the past 10 years. We have attended a large maker gathering in New York City called the World Maker Fair that draws each year about 100,000 people. And from that we've been inspired to create our own event. The maker movement is not something new to schools. It appears in other forms. Problem-based learning is an example, active learning is another example, STEAM, integrating all the different subject areas. What they have in common is this idea that students learn best through experience, through hands-on, through solving real-world problems, and through bringing their own personalities and interests into what they do. And Makerfest, I think, really captures that. Just the diversity of people that come out, the diversity of problems that they're solving, the integration of arts with science, with engineering, with expression, with even politics.
So Makerfest isn't just a one-shot deal. It's a moment in time that allows us to embrace our community and to really engage with all different stakeholders and to develop partnerships, develop opportunities for grants, have students and teachers and administrators have vision for what maker spaces could be in their spaces, and professional development for our staff. It really helps reach across all of the borders and just create more opportunities that reach beyond the scope of just this one moment.
So the Museum of Interesting Things is pretty much a traveling museum, and I go to schools and hospitals and libraries and show people their iPhones, their iPods didn't pop out of thin air. They come from a long line of inventions, so I bring the history of invention. With the Museum of Interesting Things, what I'm hoping to do is to get people to tinker, to get people to realize all the inventions that lead up to their iPhone, to the car, to musical items, to the things around them.
Over the past 3 years, we've had about 10,000 people come out to Makerfest, and I think people are really surprised to come out and first of all find out that it's free, and that's thanks to sponsors like the Jay and Linda Grunin Foundation. We don't even charge our makers to come out. This isn't a trade show or an exhibition or anything where there's sales going on. It's really, truly, thanks to our sponsors, total experience. And the process of doing this is we really just networked. We started talking to the Chamber of Commerce in town, the downtown Toms River, with OCC, with our friends at Rutgers, people we'd partnered with before, and said, who's doing this kind of learning? Who's doing this kind of materials? And from that, and going to conferences and handing out cards and saying, is this something that you do, something you're interested in? We have ended up with over 200 different makers over the last 3 years. And the most interesting thing with addressing those people is getting them to understand that you're not just going to show what you do. You're not going to try to sell what you do. You're going to draw people into experience what you do. And when they experience it, they become curious about it. They think about how they can do this in their community, their library, their home, their classroom. And then they're also more likely to reach out to you and say, tell me more about it. So we've had Apple Computer teach about their new Swift programming platform. We've had quilters come out and talk about their craft, a bonsai artist who let people experience how to take a hedge from Home Depot and cut it into a bonsai. We've had people teach about soldering, about robotics. The local Girl Scout troop has a great robotics team, and Robbinsville High School has a robotics team, and they were the inspiration for our students getting involved in that as well.
So in our classrooms, the way we're seeing the maker mindset is everywhere from kindergarten all the way through the high schools, and what students take out into their lives into the world around them. So everything from how we're set up in our kindergartens with the workshop model, and you even saw it. It was such an easy transition for one of our kindergarten teachers who actually set up a mini maker space for the first time at our Makerfest this year. You know, and really having the opportunities for active learning when you look at how rooms are designed, the types of tools, materials, furniture, and what that looks like for our students to be active and engaged is some of the best ways that we're seeing this take place in our classrooms. We're also looking at how we're remodeling some of our rooms. You know, we're really getting away from all these desks and rows and moving into, you know, where students can collaborate and have the flexibility. And certain times there's, you know, certainly it's appropriate to have a day where you're learning skills, but there are other times when you need to be able to take those skills to solve authentic learning experiences and to try and put that into a cohesive unit that they can take that forward and into different environments as they grow as learners. We're also seeing how our students, even with technology, how as they're learning these skills earlier and earlier, there's a call for us to be doing more and more extraordinary things as they hit the higher level grades. And that really is a tribute to the hard work of our teachers who are looking into how to make this a better, more engaging learning environment and to prepare our students for the 21st century.
Those who volunteer their time here at Makerfest hope to inspire the younger generations into becoming more involved in the activities that is highlighted here. I'm Grace Inesco with Times Schools Today.